Hi everyone, what's going on, man? This is Joint Roll Ayatollah here, man. This is Joint Rollers Ayatollah here, one half of Reasonable Wrestling Podcast. My tag team partner CT, aka Chitty Bay. He might pop in, he might not, but this is my cipher right here. You know what I'm saying? This is me. You know what I mean? So, I came here prepared to talk about AEW for the simple fact that we ain't done it yet. You know what I'm saying? It happened last night. AEW Dynasty was a really AEW show. It was a long show. Like we can get over that joke and everything like that. It was a long show, but was it a good show? And the answer was yes. AEW put on a good show. Now it had its moments. It loaded a little bit. It's an AEW show, but for the most part, it was a really fantastic exhibition put on display. The production was pretty well. The crowd was pretty hot. The matches again were for the most part good. So let's just get into the card. You know what I mean? So first and foremost, opening the joint with Okada and and Pac was crazy, crazy. All right, now before I get into the main card, I do want to show love to the pre-show because one of my favorite acts, Jay White, I thought he was better than MJF under Roman Reigns during a stretch of time of world champions as being one of the best. I do like Jay White's style. I think he's a really good worker. He's a really good talker, and for the most part, New Japan was very much on the back of him. Now, it might have been one of the worst times in world history where he was trying to kind of, balance out everything. But I like Jay White. And also, I like the guns, man. I do. I like Austin. I like Colton. I know for the most part, acting black and being black is a topic of discussion right now. Um, and they kind of can fit the bill with that. Um, but I believe that they're them, right? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't necessarily believe that they are too much of a put on. You know what I'm saying? They're white kids who grew up in Central Florida, I believe, and listen to a lot of rap, right? I don't believe that they're doing anything worse than what Cena made his name on. So but I like them as goers, right? They can go. I do like them as a tag team. They're brothers. I like that portion of it, right? I just have a good um uh um what's the word I'm looking for? Affirmation, I guess was in for the Bang Bang Gang. Um Bullet Club Go, Juice Robinson, the Guns, Jay White. I like them as a stable. I do believe that they need more prominency. They need more direction. They need more highlight. Um, so hopefully, I don't know what this will do for them, but I hope that it brings some type of well received, well needed, well deserved recognition on their name. You know what I mean? So I do want to tap in and say that. Also on the pre-show, I can't not talk about Orange Cassidy and Shibata versus Shane Taylor and Lee Moriarty. It feels like that my guys are losing every match that they're in, which, listen, we know the business, man. It's not about wins and losses, it's about spots. You know what I'm saying? It's about spots, it's about time, it's about checks, it's about can we call on you and you come, dependability. Do people want to see you there? All of that rings under Shane Taylor Promotions. I like SDP a lot. Speaking of Ring of Honor, maybe they can, maybe Shane Taylor and Lee Moriarty can go for the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships. I don't know. I really wanted Shane Taylor to win the Ring of Honor television title. I just feel like that they're kind of in a rut right now. But wrestling one of the most over wrestlers in the world in Orange Cassidy and Shibata, right? You know, clearly, right? I think that's a really good spot for them. So I can't be too mad. I can't be too quote unquote disappointed per se. But at the same time, you know, I would like for them to win at some point in time. That's it. Um, on to the again to the main card, where I said that Okada and Pac started off the match. It was crazy. Okay. Now pushing close to almost 30 minutes and everything like that as your opener. I'm not gonna say I'm mad at that. I ain't, especially when you got the horses that can keep that engagement. But I am gonna say, man, I am gonna say I would have liked it to be a tad bit faster, right? Please don't beat me up on that. I would have liked to see them maybe like a tick, you know, faster. You know what I'm saying? Just a hair quicker. I just believe that the methodical pace that it was throughout. When it did pick up, it was like about time. You know what I'm saying? Like if they hit the gates from the June, you know what I'm saying, and slow it down because they're there and then pick it, like you know what I'm saying. A good, I say 22, 23, 24 minute. I know 6 minutes don't seem like a lot, but 6 minutes um, is a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I do feel like that they probably could have got it down a little bit tighter, but no complaints. It was a really great match with two great wrestlers. And listen, Okada is one of them ones. You feel me? Like um, it it was a big time fight feel again, starting off the joint. You know, it's no better, greater feeling than getting to the venue type early and you get a bang. Like, okay, so humble brag, or look at me, Louie, whatever you want to call it. Getting the NXT New Orleans and the ladder match being first, and being able to see Ricochet first match, crazy. Following that up, going to WrestleMania in the opener, I think it's the IC joint, triple threat, Finn, Miz, Seth Rollins, right? Like getting to a venue, being excited about a joint, and the opener being a banger. You know, it's a great feeling. It's a great feeling. Again, the finish was completely the right thing. You know, Okada winning. I thought maybe that possibly Pac coming back. But Pac doesn't really need it after thinking about it. Um, Keeping Okada as strong. Like you can't do too much damage to him, but I think you can do damage to him. So I would say that was good. Second match of the night was pretty much what this will be. The roll up portion of the show. Um, uh, yes, sir. Give me 1 second. My Brody hit me up. Uh, Brody hit me up. CT hit me up. I told him I'm live. You know what I mean. If you need to pull up, you can pull up. The second match is going to be exactly what this is. The roll up portion of the show. Adam Copeland, Eddie Kingston, Mark Briscoe. No, like real disrespect to them. I like all three of them individually. Just them being teams and whatnot. It is what it is. Against uh uh I think give me 1 second. I thought you were on link. Oh, you can hop in. You can just hop in. I'm sorry. You can just hop in the link, brother, from the Reasonable Wrestling account. But I'll send it. I'm sorry. Doing a solo show with me is yeah. It ain't gonna be structured. I'll tell you that. You know what I'm saying? Let me send my brody the link one time down, just in case you want to pop his head in the drink, talk about AEW. Because again, I don't do this show by myself. I do got my tag team partner CT, aka Chitty Bang. I'm gonna represent for my mans and them. You feel me? Can't do this without my broski. Sometimes I'm Dax. Sometimes I'm Dax. I run solo matches. Am I gonna go in order? I could, but I'm not. I spoke of Dax, bro. He was bleeding like a stuffed pig, wasn't he? Golly. All right, let me just put a pin on this House of Black. Adam Copeland, the 6-man joint. Don't get me wrong. It was action packed. It had a lot of spots. It had a lot of stuff going on out there. I really do, honestly, I really do appreciate House of Black winning for like once. You feel me? Like I really and I know I'm probably it's hyperbolic that I'm speaking about right now. You know what I'm saying? But I just sent the link. I just sent the link. I like the fact that House of Black won in a prominent drink in a prominent role, and it looks like they're going to set up Malachi Black and Adam Copeland for the TNT Championship, which I would like to see. I think that will be pretty much a good filler. We're talking about a mid card championship, a mid card title. We talk about mid card talent. I think that would be pretty good utilization. Ooh, I think that would be pretty good utilization of Malachi Black. What I will say is that I need this group, this trio of House of Black to be more dominant, right? Just be more imposing. Like it's frustrating to me for the simple fact that like I want to see Brody King and Buddy be dominant, man. I do. Like I want to see them um take over the tag team division because they can. Or maybe can we get Buddy Murphy, who was performing at a singles level, to win singles gold and push him and have Malachi Black and Brody King, who were actual tag team, to like I just want them to, like Gunner said, I want to see you do better. I want to see you do better. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to see them niggas do better. You know what I mean? I'm going to bring my brother CT Cheaty Bang in for this next match because we can't. I can't. He gonna need me to reel it in. He gonna have to reel me in when we talking about it. You know what I'm saying? Next match that we watched. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Do you have any comments on the first two matches, brother? Oh man, we brought my brother in. He can't even get in the club. He can't even get in the club. What's happening? We gonna see. We gonna see if my brother can pull back up. You know what I'm saying? See if he got any takes on the first two matches. I know I didn't have much on the second.
All
What's
right,
good, brother? You here?
oh my God, I don't know what's going on my end.
You
I'm
good?
lagging. Am I lagging?
You were for a little
Am I
bit.
lagging?
No, you back.
Yeah,
You
man,
back
this is
live
bad.
now. You good?
Okay, all right. You're frozen. Okay. You're good now. You froze. You're freezing on my end. We have some weird connection right now. Where we at? What are you up to, man?
No, I talked about the first two matches. I did bring up some I talked previously briefly about two pre-show matches that I wanted to give love to and show love to, which was Lee Moriarty and Shane Taylor. They lost to Orange Cassidy and Shibata. Oh man, my man going through it out there. It might be, might be a little situated storm, no Jade. You know how people say no Diddy. I don't even never saying that shit, but you know what I'm saying? No Jade on the storm. Um, yeah, I'm gonna talk and go about this. Are you here? You
I
back?
don't know. I have no idea, bro. I'm confused. I don't know what's going on with my internet. My bad. I'm sorry for technical difficulties, but um, I don't know. I keep kind of having to like hop back in on this joint.
No,
It's like they talk about the show, man. Like I know I'd be getting, you know, taking harsh criticism. I mean, on AEW. So, I mean, not to me, but I can talk nicely about them after this show. Like I don't know why the AI is like, oh, you're gonna shit on this show. You got to get this out.
No, hey,
Because
you
I'm
see
good.
how they had to hear you say I'm gonna talk nicely before your internet started getting. I can see your skin now. You're a little bit more clearer. You know what I'm saying? Like they just had to hear
Yo,
you.
yeah, I'm in a good mood, and it was a good show. I'm really gonna give some praise to AEW. There's nothing to be worried about. There's nothing to be worried about. But yeah, man, I didn't catch 0 hour, so you tell me about it because I didn't check it out.
No, Shane Taylor and Lee Moriarty wrestled Shibata and Orange Cassidy. All I was just saying is that I know it's not all about wins and losses. It's about spots. You know what I'm saying? It's about who they trust you with. They are wrestling two of the two most over wrestlers in the world right now. So I get it, but I do want to see Orange Cassidy is
Orange
one of the
Cassidy and
biggest.
Shibata?
Yeah. I would say, like, if we had a pool, I would say they're top 30. Say they're top 30, right? Top 30 wrestlers. If we had to do a pool of, most over, kind of, internet darlings and everything like that. You feel me? So we did that. We talked about that. Next, I think we're just gonna talk. We're just gonna go. All right. Willow Nightingale. Girl, we love you, man. We love you over here. You know, we think that you are a fantastic worker. We think that you are phenomenal inside and outside of the ring as far as like the positivity that you bring. We also do appreciate the fact that you fine as hell. You know what I'm saying? You the situation. I am married. but there's not a lot of plus size women. Shout out to Naya as well. You know what I'm saying? That move the way you do, that look the way you look, that are over the way you are,
Oh, that's where
and
we're
that's a
going.
big factor. That's a bit. Excuse me, what happened?
Nah, nothing. I just keep going, bro. I think that you're doing great.
No, I was just okay. I had to. It's like
Not a lot
Stephen
of
A.
person that move the way you do.
No, they're listen, her Piper
I,
Niven. Well, we go up for the plus size girls, dog. So I'm just trying to say.
Nah, I listen. I'm just listening. I'm just fucking with you, brother. But I just that's what I got. That's what I entered back into was
Oh,
you
okay.
talking about Willow, so I had to teach a little bit. You know.
Yeah. Again, I'm trying to be tamed a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Listen, we again, your wrestling ability is, and your growth in character is something that we have followed the journey with.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? What's up?
No, I'm gonna let you finish. My bad. I don't mean to interrupt, but I wanted to just say something about Willow after you're done, though.
Okay, no, I was just saying the wrestling journey of Willow that we have followed. You know, it has been something that we have been clamoring for this moment, right? Even through New Japan Strong, Chidi was like, "Why she gotta go over there?" You know what I'm saying? Like, why she gotta go to Mexico? Why she gotta do such and such? She's like
she's a huge baby face. She's like a girl we want to root for.
she's
But
Ricky Steamboat to me, bro.
but I had this fantasy booking for her to make this even more epic. This moment of her becoming TBS champion even more epic, and and at the same time get other people over. And I was thinking about this before she won. Before I get into that though, congratulations, Willow. Like you deserve it clearly, and we love you as as fans. And you are, as he's mentioned, you can move very well. You're very very talented. But here's the thing: when we have Dynasty right here, like last night was Dynasty, and you have Mercedes coming back, like I think Mercedes Monet should be going after Tony Storm. I think that's the biggest match you can do. But here's how I would have done it. Through this whole thing with Willow, I think Dynasty should have been a match. Well, first, before Dynasty, I think her and Julia Hart should have had interactions where they had beef. And I wanted Julia Hart to come out and make a declaration that everything that Willow does is going to be going bad and wrong. She's gonna basically put a curse on Willow Nightingale and say, "You're never going to be the AEW's TBS champion." She goes to Dynasty. We should get Dynasty. My picture of this was Dynasty would be a match between Mercedes Moné and Willow Nightingale, and Mercedes Moné wins that match. So she already is losing. Willow Nightingale loses that match. Or after that, I would set up a situation where she ends up losing her friend and her manager by having Chris Stellinger turn on her and setting up a match for them at Double or Nothing. And in that match, Willow loses again. So Willow's on his journey of her now being cursed by Julia Hart, and she's now lost 2 big matches at Dynasty and at Double or Nothing. And she wants to get her revenge on Julia Hart because she's down and out, she's downtrodden, she's sad. She's like, I don't know why things are going wrong for me. I'm trying my best, and things are not turning around. And we set her up for this moment at Wembley, where Julia Hart, the woman who initially set her on this path of like suffering, to now, face her for the TBS championship at Wembley at all out, or not all in, excuse me. So, and she wins there. So that's what I was thinking. And at the same time, at Wembley, you'll have Mercedes versus Tony Storm by that time, and we'll have Chris Statlander as a heel, also in the mix with some of these women as well. By that time, she would have had her chance to take the TBS championship off of Julia, but it wouldn't have been successful. So through all that, I had Mercedes and Tony Storm, because I think that's the biggest match you can do right now in the women's division. I know we're going to get Mercedes and Willow Nightingale at Double or Nothing, but the way that it was built, I think that should have just happened at Dynasty. I think that Mercedes being around and debuting on my birthday, and now I got to wait till May to see her actually wrestle. So now we just got to hear her talk and talk, which she's not the best at, as you mentioned previously, Chris. Till May, and she debuted March 13th. To me, is a long time for Mercedes to just sit around on the shelf. So building this thing with Willow, I think would have been great to just hot shot at the Dynasty. Willow loses, and we move past that storyline. We put Willow in this TBS feud with the dark energy surrounding her of Julia Hart, turning everything against her. She's making her lose, get bad luck, and lose matches, lose her friend, lose her manager, and the redemption angle of her like having to fight back and overcome this curse she put her on, and then win it against Julia Hart at Wembley to remove to remove the doubt and it'd be a big moment for her. Although last night was great, but that's what I think a babyface like her should have gone through the struggles to go on to make it a bigger moment. But I'm still happy for how she won. I thought the match was good. The power, I love her finish that power bomb she does. So it is what it is. But before the show last night, I had this in my head like, that would have been ill, because then we get Toni Storm and Mercedes at Wembley. We get Julia Hart and Willow. We have big matches in the women's division, and some changes happening with Chris Statlander, who I think needs a change anyways.
No, ain't no way I was waiting that long for that shit, brother. I'm sorry.
Time out. Don't call my shit. Just because you love Willow, you want to match, whatever.
Bro, I just literally said it was
better to get people over. Tell me
it's better to you.
Real tape. Don't just say shit.
Where that mean at? I need a cigarette. Like, to you.
God, get the fuck out of here with that shit. Like, come on, give me a real take.
What do you mean give you a real take? I gave you a real take. I said I did. You cut me off because you got sensitive about your shit. What I said is that I ain't waiting for that shit, meaning I'm not waiting for Willow winning another month. I'm not waiting for that because I waited. Me and you both are on the same boat that she should have been where she's at previously already. She's already did the babyface journey to the fact that we want her to be champion. So I'm not waiting another month for that.
Let me ask you. Her Mercedes at Double or Nothing, right? Who wins that? Nobody, neither one of them should take a loss in a championship match at this point, to me. So that's the thing we're at right now. They both should be champion in my mind. They both should be in a championship prominent role. At this point, maybe Willow takes the victory at this point because she's been waiting for this, right? What I
would say to you is this. To your point of Chris Statlander and Willow being a feud that needs to happen, I believe that is suitable for Wembley. I won't disagree with that. I won't disagree with the fact that Willow and Chris, but the curse, Julia Hart holding the title, that being elongated, I've done and seen and I congratulated Julia as well when she won it, and it was and it's about time. And I think for me personally, Chris and Willow at Wembley will happen. You asked about the match about who wins between Willow and Mercedes. Chris causes the no finish at Double or Nothing.
A no finish.
There'll be a no finish at Double or Nothing. There'll be I don't as you stated, Mercedes and Willow at the moment can't take the L. I think Chris causes a no finish or gets herself involved in the match, because I do believe
waiting for Willow to have a championship. I think that's part of the build. I think the waiting because I think that part is going to make it people more anticipated, especially her overcoming the curse and everything and giving her that baby face. Right now we're waiting for Mercedes to even wrestle, and that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I am waiting for Mercedes to get in the ring because that's what we like her for. You know, like she's one of the best in the world, and we gotta wait till fucking May.
But I also know she's not right. I'm not about to force her back, and she's not right. And I'm not gonna be mad that they signed her because she was still hurt.
You're not right, but I mean,
but hold on. Just Chitty, stop. Hear me out. Just please stop. You're not listening. I'm just saying. If I just made the case, which I've made on several occasions, that she even gave the interview with Renee, I thought my career was over. For her to be back, I do believe that for Tony to sign her for the money that he signed her for, you don't just throw her out there. You don't just do what you done with her with Jay White, or you do with her with Will Ospreay, or you done with her. You don't just give her matches on Dynamite or Okada, for instance. You didn't like how Okada wrestled Eddie Kingston on Dynamite. So I don't know where or how we were supposed to like this could have been her debut at Dynasty, but this goes back to my point. I don't believe she's right enough to go. And
she is. That's all I'm going to say. Is that I watched Mercedes actually say she's ready to go. You know, and this is on interviews that she's had online. So that's why I'm saying that. I'm not. If she was injured still, of course, I'm not going to say give her a match right away. But I think what they're trying to do is say, all right, we're going to sell tickets for Double or Nothing with Mercedes.
Being clear to compete is different. Being clear to compete is different than ready to go. That's what I mean. Like, we're all fans of sports, right? I'm going to be reevaluated in 2 weeks, or I'm going to be cleared to play in 2 weeks are different. If Mercedes is cleared to play, then again, if Mercedes is cleared to play, then I do believe that once you get the Dynasty thing rolling already, you give Willow her match at Dynasty with Julia Hart, which you did, because her winning the title a la Okada on a Dynasty or a Dynamite, it would have been received as we just received Okada. That's all I'm trying to say. We just received the.
With Mercedes,
if Willow wins the TBS Championship off of Julia Hart on a rinky-dink ass Dynamite, without no build, without nothing, without they just did for Dynasty, we will complain about it. I would say we would.
That's not what I was saying though. I didn't make that point. I didn't.
What I'm saying, but what I also wanted to your point that I didn't even get to, the biggest match isn't Mercedes and Toni Storm. The biggest match is Mercedes and Britt Baker. That's the biggest match. That's the biggest match that AEW has.
Been off of TV for a long time. So I get you. I hear you. No, I want to hear. I just want to hear me out. DMD CEO is massive. Don't get me wrong, but the thing about Britt Baker, she's been off of TV for so long that I think Toni Storm right now and her run has been. She's the top heel. She's the top person with a character that people want to see wrestle. And I think that DMD and Mercedes can come down the line. I think Mercedes and Toni is the biggest match with people I've seen on the show. So, like, I can't talk to Britt Baker because I don't know what they're doing with her or planning with her. But they give me Britt Baker versus Mercedes. Yeah, I'll watch it. But if there's no title on the line, then what's the point? You know, like, let's make it a bigger deal with that title on the line if you give it to us. So we can set that up like maybe next year or at a Revolution or something or a Full Gear. But I think we should do something right now with Mercedes and Toni because Toni's on a fucking roll. I went back and watched that promo you told me about, and she's in her zone, man. She's in her bag right now. She knows exactly who she is, her character, what she's trying to do, and she had a great match with Thunder Rosa. And I love Thunder Rosa, but it's not Thunder Rosa's time right now. It's Toni's time.
So this is my okay. So to your point and mine, right, and just. Hear me out to see if we can connect the two. So we're not. If it's Toni's time, and Toni's at the peak of where she at, the peak of where she's at, and Mercedes is coming back, and she says she's good, but fragility and coming. Why would we risk? Why would we throw her to quote unquote the wolves? Toni's the wolves.
Wait, so you think that the woman who injured her in the first place, Willow, is an easier match? Type of wolf, you know. Come on, like, let's be real.
I don't
at all. Anybody
to the match point. Willow did not injure Mercedes. Mercedes got
in the match.
Yeah. Mercedes got injured in the match. So to play on, this is not Nia and Becky, right? This is not where Mercedes should.
I'm not saying it is. I'm saying that in the match of wrestling, period, you can get injured. So you don't put her out there at all. Then so you saying don't throw her to the wolves as if her being in the match with the same woman she got injured in with is different than her being in a match with Toni Storm, which is not.
Well, what I am saying, yes, because that just goes back to my point of coming a sports analogy. Hear me out. If you're coming, we see it all the time. So-and-so is coming back off injury. Is he going to play the number 1 seed or is he going to come back and play the Bulls? We're going to rest him. He's good to go. He's cleared to play. We're not going to adjust him against this team. We're going to adjust him against this team. We're going to give him a lather against this team. It's still NBA competition. He ain't playing niggas at the rec league. He ain't playing his sons in the backyard. He's still playing against NBA competition, but he ain't playing against Jokic and them niggas. So I'm saying what Mercedes is that she, to your point, she needs to wrestle. She needs to be in a high-profile match. I do believe that is hard and a tough spot for me to say, put her in the highest of profile matches when she ain't even lathered up yet. She's not lathered up yet, and I think,
all right, that's fair.
I think her being in a match with Willow will be a great, again, like you say, the mental test as well. Last time I ever wrestled was against you, bitch. Can I do it against you and get through the match? First off, the mental hurdle of that. Right? If we can get through that, then Mercedes is good to go. I'm with you. Put the strap up on her. But I don't know if she's ready. No, ain't no fucking home gym, backyard gym, Heart Dynasty, whatever the fuck them dungeon. Ain't none of that shit can replicate you going out there with the tens and the millions of people watching and you going up and getting that adrenaline going.
And that's why, and hear me out. That's why I had her and Toni at Wembley. I didn't have it like at Double or Nothing or Dynasty. I had her and Willow at Dynasty still. I mean, still, yeah, it's a Dynasty, not Double or Nothing, but I had her and Willow at Dynasty. In my booking, she does get that warm up. She does get leveled up, and it's with Willow, but it's yesterday, and we don't just have her on TV trying to keep us interested in her angle and her by just saying CEO, dancing a little bit and talking. Like, I do want to see her in the ring and wrestle. So, I mean, cool. Like,
that is fair. Your birthday was March 13th. Okay, that is fair. But that, to me, when we talked about it, again, that's what I'm trying to say. I know she speaks of in the interviews because as a competitor, possibly as a performer, possibly you don't want to give the inclination that I'm false goods. So yeah, you probably do give the bravado that I'm good. Doctor said I'm good. Yeah, I'm running with trainers. Well, she might not be ready to go.
And that's fair. If she's not ready to go, then she shouldn't wrestle Dynasty, give it to Double or Nothing. However, me personally, I would have had her debut this week. If I'm booking it. So
just wait. Instead of the Boston and shit like that.
Out for her celebration and boom, CEO hits. Boom. Okay, we're all in popping.
I get you on that. I can rock with you on that. I can rock with you.
He's done nothing that until now, but just come out and that's it. That's all we've seen. Like, let's be real. Love you, Sasha. I mean, Mercedes, but we gotta see you wrestle eventually.
I think, speaking of wrestling, we didn't have no gripes about the next match after that. Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly.
Going into it, I knew it was gonna be good, but it exceeded my expectations, bro. That match, it was fire. I might go back even watch it. It was one of my favorite matches of the night. Deadass.
It was the physicality of the match is what I love. That's what I love. Undisputed.
And I'm a big fan of Roderick Strong. I think obviously Kyle O'Reilly too. He just has you said physicality and the technique that they both have. But Roderick Strong, his combinations, like I always say, he's like a video game. Like the way he hits his combinations, I think it's just fucking ill. So he's one of my favorite wrestlers. in AEW, and he pulled out the victory. I know Wardlow came out for a brief moment, but Wardlow didn't really have he didn't really help the match. Like he didn't help Kyle O'Reilly. I know they acted like, oh, he might have distracted Kyle O'Reilly. He didn't. Roderick won that shit clean, in my opinion.
Man, I know we said we gotta do something with Warlord. Just go ahead and kick that nigga out the group again. Like, just go on. It'll be his third group. And like, just go and get that nigga out the way so we can cheer for this nigga one more time. Like, just go and get that shit done. Like, we already know what's coming. We already know what's happening. Cole about to get a motherfucking cold red. You know what I'm saying?
Adam Cole came out. He's walking again. So we got the United Kingdom together. We'll see if Adam Cole's ready to wrestle. But like you say, hey man, maybe he's not oiled up. We'll see if he's oiled up yet.
Nigga, doctor said you clear to walk. You get your ass in that ring, I'm restricting the shit out you.
Yeah, but great match. I was really, really impressed. Really impressed.
So I would say the right person went over, of course, Roderick Strong. You can talk about this next match. I ain't.
I'm hooking Jericho.
Like Kendrick, I stand on business. It's Skip for me.
Listen, man. FCW Championship, Chris Jericho won. Poke the eye, hit him with the elbow. Listen, the big takeaway is Hook might be leaving AEW. And hopefully he is. Hopefully this is a sign that he's leaving the company, and he can sign to NXT or something and see what they use him or how they use him over there. I think Hook has potential. I think he should put on some more weight though. I think he's done. He still looks like a young kid. Like he's not growing into his man.
He do. He looked like a college athlete.
Yeah, so I think he could put on a little bit more muscle. But he was tossing that nigga all over the place, man. So like he has potential, he has some skill. So shout out to Hook. Hopefully you get to NXT soon. I'll be dope to see you at another takeover or whatever they got going on. I mean, not sure they do those anymore, but
no, they do takeover debuts. I think Julia was there. The last takeover they just did. So yeah, shout.
But that was stand delivered. They got new names now. I know that NXT just announced they'll be in the UFC fight pit in Las Vegas, UFC arena or whatever. But it's a small arena, and but it'll be cool to see. Maybe
acoustics in that joint about to be crazy in that.
Yeah.
The next match is the Women's Championship match. Thunder Rosa versus Toni Storm. How'd you like this? I'll let you lead. How'd you like the match?
I think Toni Storm is on another level right now as far as character presentation, in ring character. Yeah, this is Gabriel. Say what's up. All right, we'll be right there. Yeah, I think that Toni Storm's doing great. She obviously got the victory. I'm excited for that. I'm excited for it. It was a good match.
It was. I think for the most part, for young gay, I think for the most part, Toni Storm, like you said, is clicking on all cylinders. But back to what we talking about, Thunder Rosa. Back from injury, back from lathered up, right, and was able to put on a really good match. Was able to carry her own for show. And was able to put on in a way that Toni looked real strong because the match was strong because the competitor was strong. So I like that.
More than anything, it's just she knows her character so well, and I think it plays into the match. That's what I see often, like how she plays it into the match. I think it's epic, and honestly, it's gonna take her far. So, but I don't know who can take it off of her. I really don't at this point. There's nobody that hot that can take it off of her that's not already in another angle.
Well, I think that's the thing. Like, you let her kind of let it breathe a little bit and see who, like in the men, who can make themselves that option. You know what I'm saying? Like, who can make themselves viable in that option. I am going to say this: the show was long, and I'm going to say the show is long because this pod is long because we still got 3 more matches to talk about. Sheesh. The next match. A lot of people are calling it the match of, their lifetime and match of the, whatever.
It's match of the year candidate for sure. I'll say that. I wouldn't say my lifetime, but let's talk about it. Will Ospreay versus Bryan Danielson. Yo, these guys from tie-up, or it seemed like they've been in the ring with each other for like 1,000 times before. This did not look like it's like their first matchup. It looked like they've wrestled each other before. I'm not sure if they have, but to me, that was some of the most creative, like not reversals, like escapes, all that type of stuff, and it was a match made in heaven for real.
It was better than Danielson and Zack Sabre Jr. Which
it's a different type of match to me. But yeah,
it was. But I mean, I'm talking about dream matches, right?
It was better,
Danielson out of his 3 matches between Kenny Omega, Zack Sabre Jr., and Will Ospreay. I might still say Kenny for sure. I do believe that was both of their best performances outside of their homes, right? New Japan and WWE, right? I think that was their best performances outside of their home. But this Will Ospreay and Bryan Danielson match was just violent.
It was. Oh my God!
It was just violent.
When Bryan Danielson hit him with the tiger suplex off the top rope, I was like, "What?" Then on top of that, you get the whole spot with the tiger driver from Will Ospreay later on in the match, which he's selling like he's freaking like broke his shoulder or broke his neck, and then he hits him with the
hidden blade.
Hidden blade, yeah. It looked like he could have legit been hurt. I think it was work, but I don't know yet, so I'm not gonna go quote me on it. But all in all, man, they went like 35 minutes. The dude, I'm not sure exactly the time, but it felt like they were going forever. It felt like this was never.
It felt like a 45-minute joint.
Yeah, it was a long time, bro. It felt like it at least, but from jump they were going, man, and I gotta respect it. Like Bryan Danielson does not know how to have an average match, bro. He's just elite, bro, and it's gonna be sad to see him go when he does. But man, he is setting up himself.
It's gonna be time. It's gonna shit. By the way, he going. It's gonna be time for that nigga to go.
Huh?
I said, by the way, he going, nigga. It's gonna be time for this nigga to go, bro. Like his body gonna be, nigga. It's gonna be time.
Yeah, but he's leaving such a legacy for AEW and a catalog of just incredible matches. Like I just want to give him a shout out, Bryan Danielson. Will Ospreay is fucking amazing. We all know that. One of the best, if not the best wrestler in the world at the moment. So seeing him elevate, although I thought there could be more story going into this, I'm a guy who I like when you get 2 guys like this, who's like a dream match, I would have set it up that they fought in Dynasty and fought at Double or Nothing. I think these guys can go again. Like I could see a rematch happening at Double or Nothing where it could be even a bigger type of match, and I wouldn't mind watching it again. Now, I don't think they're going to do that because AEW just likes to throw out matches like candy that are great, which is cool. That's the way they build their show. But me, I would have liked to see this story continue. Okay.
I mean, yeah, let's. I'll leave it at that because I love. I'm having a fascination about repeat matches. You know what I'm saying? We like them or we don't.
It's not universal, bro. It's not universal. Not all. It's not. It doesn't always warrant it.
It don't.
It has to be really, really good, talented wrestlers.
I would say the story. I would say the story though has to as well. So they will have to. True. They will have to expound on the story about what this is, because kayfabe, he walked them back to the joint and checked on them and everything like that. So
I mean, I don't think it's gonna happen the way that the match ended, But like these are two guys who are so good that we could, like I said, I could see the fans they were hot the entire freaking match. Like, come on, like they would definitely sign up for and buy a ticket to see them again. Like I could see that being selling out,
Exactly.
you know.
Exactly.
So that's why I said that. But it's not just for everybody. Like you have to be elite. You have to be a great, no pun intended, but you have to be absolutely phenomenal at what you do, and it has to be like a dream match kind of thing for you to give it to the fans a second time and then eat that up right away. You know, like so. Yeah, this is one of
Well,
the situations.
let's talk about the elite, and let's talk about matches being done on repeat, and not just by a second time or a third time, but let's try it a fourth time. All right. And I still am not the biggest fan of how they showed me on this match and how they presented this match and everything like that. And I'm not a fan of how it ended. So
I look at this, how it ended, kind of like I look at Drake's recent diss against Kendrick. It's not really like groundbreaking, but it's smart. You know, it's a smart play after making an average decision. Like I think that what they did with showing the footage didn't make much sense, and they got backlash from it. But it's smart to then make it tie into the finish of the match. So with Jack Perry coming back, I don't think I was like, oh, like I'm so excited for this. But as a heel move for the EVPs and Jack Perry, it works within the story that they were trying to tell. So I'm glad that they're trying and to get him back in the fold. And with everything that happened, we can kind of move past it now, hopefully. But the match was awesome. I enjoyed it. So many different crazy spots that I can't list them all. But the fans were chanting, "Please be careful." I've never heard that before. But the AEW fans were funny. But that was it was a great ladder match.
the two spots I do remember when the match was getting semi long in the tooth, and as Opera said that homie, my man Dax, I'm Dax of the group, just bleeding, bleeding. Right, they just long in the match. My man Nick do a 450 takeout Wheeler, and Dax looked like his knee goddamn buckled.
Yeah.
And he threw a power driver on Matthew on the ladder. That's not even a spot I want to talk about. That motherfucker Willard shot his ass up out of a cannon on that suicida and ate the table, my man.
It was like a bullet, yo.
Yo,
he barely hit the table. Like he went straight to the through barricade, dog. It was crazy. But yeah, I think the 4 matches, I should have known that the Young Bucks were going to win. I know we picked FTR, but I should have known the Young Bucks were going to win because they lost it. They lost the last 2. So now it leaves room for a 5th rubber match, which I think down the line, whether it be at Wembley this year or All In or All Out, whatever they want to do.
Yeah, they do it again at Wembley. I'm gonna be tight because that match at Wembley wasn't the best. Well, Bray had just passed too, so that was FTR. That wasn't the best of time for the business or anybody, right? So
yeah, I had a tough day. I couldn't even watch Wembley that day. I remember, but I'm going back and checking it out. Like they work well together. They have chemistry. But now we can do a best out of 7, and or no, not best out of 7, like a 2 out of 3 falls kind of thing, like in the 5th match, and kind of like rest the bed of like now we can say, okay, who's the best tag team in the world, and do the story the right way. It leaves room because now they're 2 apiece in the history in AEW, and they're shout out to Young Bucks, 3 times AEW champions, tag champions. So first time they've done that. Even though they created the company, but I think there's warranty because they are one of the best tag teams in the world. So, congratulations to them.
Yeah. Speaking of congratulations, Swerve Shane Strickland is the new AEW World Heavyweight Champion. First Black AEW World Heavyweight Champion. He is a divisive person online on Twitter. I just saying, again, we talk about the echo chamber of the internet, right? The thing that we create the timeline. We create that.
You know, I want to say something about Mr. Swerve Strickland. Me and you watched him from MLW to where he is now, and the man has grown so much. And mind you, I haven't spoken to the guy in a long time. We haven't. I haven't personally spoken to him, but I listened to his post press conference. And he sounds so mature, bro. And we were on the set of when let's just say we were on the set when we shot the Fireman video, and he seemed like he's like a guy who knows his talent, and he knows and he wants to be the best. But when like he said in his talk in his press conference is that he had been given a little bit at a time and where he thought he deserved more, and this time he took it. And not only that, he took it this time, but then later on he said that maybe we don't got to look at it like somebody trying to come and take my spot. Maybe we can all work together. Maybe there's another way to do this thing. So when Swerve, the guy who when we saw him at MLW, and be the babyface champion for the first black champion for MLW, first champion for MLW. He evolves, goes to NXT. He loses the breakout tournament, and I could see he was a little bit, a little upset, a little better about that. He leaves there, goes to the main roster. But then gets released, goes to AEW, and to see him fight and claw to where he's at now, and not only fight and claw and take his spot, earn his spot, but then on top of that, understand that the business moves on and that, hey, I'm not looking at this spot as somebody's coming trying to take my spot anymore, but maybe there's a way we can do this thing that we could work together and collaborate. The growth and maturity I see in the man, and as well as the performer, I just wanted to congratulate him and say thank you, because regardless of whatever people are saying online, I see the work this guy's put in. I recognize it from afar, and I admire it, and I see the messaging he's trying to instill in people, and it's important. He came out in the Black Panther Killmonger outfit, which I thought was cool and all that, because he's out there to take the throne. Very good messaging. But then Prince Nana comes out and drapes over Jimmy Rave's, rest in peace, Jimmy Rave's robe. And I went and looked up Jimmy Rave's story, and it's heartbreaking, and it brings me to like what the sacrifice and grind is of being a professional wrestler and how much they sacrifice. If you go and look it up himself, but he suffered from, I think, the MRSA virus, and I don't want to get too much in it, but may he rest in peace. He's, because he succumbed to the infection, unfortunately. But to show that respect with the robe on his day where he's going to be crowned champion to the late great Jimmy Rave, I thought was touching. Swerve is a guy who has attention to detail, which is one thing I've always admired about him. He has attention to detail when it comes to his gear, when it comes to his music, his creativity, how he presents himself. And I think that should be how everybody moves, because you come as an original article. And when you're an original article, sometimes you're going to rub people the wrong way. Sometimes you're going to piss people off because they're not going to always understand you. But to be great is to be misunderstood. And I think that he kind of gets that, and I respect that, as a person who also strives to be great one day and what they do. So shout out to Swerve. You've come a long way. You've grown as a performer, as a man. And I think you're a great representation of what AEW needs moving forward. It's a great change of guard. And I'm so happy that he could do this and win it off of a guy like Samoa Joe, who's well respected in his own right. And he's a badass in his own right. So him beating it off of somebody with the character and respect of Samoa Joe, no less, adds more to his lineage and legacy. And I hear him when he says he wants to create a dynasty with AEW. And he's like, when I look at homegrown talent, like talent that is like freshly made in AEW, I think his evolution at AEW is a testament to why AEW is such a great place. Like, it's just a great place to be. And he's the bright side of things when I look at AEW. Him, Tony Storm, MJF are the people who I look at, and MJF say this is what they do with talent, you know. And I'm excited to see where he goes now, because based off of his press conference, he gets and understands the weight that's on his shoulder now, being the man in AEW. So congratulations, proud of my man, excited for him, and he deserves it. So all the bullshit people say online, it doesn't really matter. Just keep working.
I would piggyback on what you said about the responsibility that he has. I will say that he doesn't owe his contemporaries or his constituents anything, but I will say that the mindfulness now has to be more aware, right? Again, nobody says anything about the black community besides the black community. You know what I mean? So I do believe that at one point in time, he had did and said and presented himself in a damaging light to some people, that he has not been able to rectify amongst that subset of people. But me personally, I can't and won't allow myself to not allow him growth and grace with that. You know what I'm saying? Especially amongst ourselves. You know what I mean? Now we throw out the word cooning and everything like that around too loosely, you know, and then get mad when we get treated in a general in a general space, right? You know, when people speak in general terms or generalities, we don't like that because we want to be individualized. You know what I'm saying? We want to have our independence amongst who we are. I do believe that Swerve has not done such irreparable damage to his reputation that, you know, he can't sway those possibly. And if he doesn't, I believe he'll be fine.
Yeah.
But I do want to say that that responsibility is of his, though. I'm just.
No, I hear you. I hear you. Go ahead.
As the champion, it is of him, whether, depending on how the story is also being told as well, who he is, his character development, the direction of what he's trying to present, right? Niggas is always gonna have people to root against him and for him. You know what I'm saying? Cody is the most purest of baby faces of all time. Nigga, Issue's like, he look like Homeland. I don't like that nigga. So off rip, don't need know nothing about that. Niggas trying to spell, I don't care. I don't like that. It's gonna be niggas that don't like you, whatever. I think Swerve can't allow that to then deteriorate further the connection that he has with those who do have an affection for him. You know what I'm saying?
You know, so Swerve, him winning as a babyface champion, I think it's cool. He was a babyface in MLW when he won that championship, but he's best as a heel. So he has so much more to go with his career, and people need to just give him a break, you know, and like see where he takes things. Because I see the evolution, I see the growth, I see that he's gone. He's really serious about this shit.
Well, I think people are upset about the whole idea of, you know, the animalistic nature of where people thought he was, and maybe where he was at probably, and he grew out of it. We don't know his full intent.
I guess
I will say this though, like, he spoke about Adam Copeland in the locker room now, and it not being a dog eat dog situation. Previously, it was only so many spots available for so many people that look like him, and he felt like if eyeballs weren't on me, then eyeballs aren't on me. right? And it may not always have been such about a black, but if we talking about black and we talking about how niggas call Chris Bay Kofi, and I'm like, nigga, I ain't never even worked for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it can be that type of situation. Like, no, nigga, I want to stand on who I am, not because I'm a part of this, but because it's just and it's nuance.
I think, like I said, to be great, you misunderstood, and I think he's misunderstood. I don't think Swerve has done anything for people to say they don't like him. Like, I don't like terrible. He hasn't done anything terrible. Like, he's just been working, and he might be associated with certain things that people are like, oh, I don't know what they want him to be. Like, that's the thing.
No, I think people are holding against him the black 50, the black 50 list, and like that. That is still it's still, and again I just said the echo chamber that we create is the echo chamber
recently about that
created. Bro, niggas are bro. I'm trying to tell you, they don't like they are booing this nigga virtually for winning the championship because of that. Is what I'm saying.
Because online, I think it's like you said, the echo chamber online. I'm not saying it's not there.
It is a small subset.
Yeah, people are hate. There's gonna be a segment of people that hate everybody. Like, you can be people that don't like John Cena, people that don't like Roman Reigns, people that don't like Cody. Like you said, it's gonna happen. Like, so, like, I don't put my attention on it. If they're still holding on to this black 50 wrestlers list from 18 or 19. Like, okay, and he's champion. It worked out for him. Obviously, he's on the list, and probably he's even higher now if you're making it. He didn't want to be on it before. Hey, so what? You made it. He didn't want to be on it. You can still put him on it if you want, because it's But it's just whatever. It's a list. Who cares? That's my opinion. Like, I get it. Back then he said that. So what? Move on. Like,
people feel, and this is what I'm trying. And this goes back to our thing, right? Feelings. Right, what we talked about on the previous,
oh God,
if you offend someone, you cannot be responsible for how long they feel offended by that offense.
But that was also like created before Kofi was even champion. Like these, and I think part of us talking about these things are the reason why we're getting more chances. So like. I get it. Like, it came out a certain type of way then. Cool. But I think also as we elevate as Black people as a whole, the goal is to unify it. The goal is to also work with other people.
We can't have no solidarity on Black history, cuz. Bro, we can't have no solidarity on Black history. Mind you, if you don't watch AEW, you don't watch AEW. Why you hate watching?
Yeah, I
don't. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, when I don't watch, I just don't watch. Yeah, I don't.
It's enough content that can be created that ain't got to be hate. Which is why when you say, well, me and you, we getting a little air about the negativity. I just be like, you give me your reasons, I give my reasons. But when we start diving into just hating on because we hate it, like Jericho, I'm trying my best.
Yeah, it's hard, right?
I just don't even want to talk about this nigga. But since we brought up the word hate, let me tell you what I hate. Is Gabe out the room? Because I can't fire with no children on this motherfucker. Is Gabe out
He's out the room, yeah.
Tell you what I hate. That nigga Jericho sucking the juice out of niggas with the juice. Like everybody that has had any type of juice around this guy, he has sucked the life out of him, bro. Well, not so much the other guy of 2.0. He had enough juice to give life. So let's just shout out to him and Ruby Soho. They was able to procreate. So he ain't had that much juice sucked out of him by Jericho.
And Ruby,
but still, bro, he ain't on TV. Him and Daddy Magic, they were entertaining.
Magic off TV, yeah, you're right,
bro. Why he on commentary and not Jericho? Somebody tell me why. I asked Jericho to be on commentary. Why Daddy Magic on commentary?
I don't know.
Exactly. Where Ricky Starks at? Where Ricky Starks done did?
What's funny is Chris Jericho doesn't even have his old music that I thought was the main reason why people like the guy. So all you get is just regular ass Chris Jericho.
You don't even get Fonzie Chris Jericho.
I was like, okay, no more, pain maker or whatever the fuck that is.
I know he put that paint on his face one more goddamn time. I know that motherfucker come out there thinking he goddamn Slasher, you know what I'm saying, or Kiss, talking about pain maker with a baseball bat. I'm a nigga. Shout to Swerve, shout to Swerve, shout to Samoa Joe. He laid on his sword in the middle of the ring, 1, 2, 3, pending. Prince Nana, I think his name was Steven Scott. I believe that's the referee's name. You know what I'm saying? Like that image of the black referee and the black champion with the black manager. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still moments like that matter. You feel me? So salute to them. Listen, it's like you said, Drake, right? Everything is succinct. It's tailor-made for Swerve's first the fucking opponent, bro. It's tailor-made. If I don't hear no goddamn galloping, if I don't see no goddamn beer drinking, if I don't see no goddamn Goldilocks floating, if I don't see a goddamn cowboy belt and boots, come face to face with Swerve for that goddamn championship, cancel it. I don't want it. I don't care if Ospreay there. I don't care if Bryan Danielson there. I don't care if Adam Cole's healthy. I don't care if MJF come back. It better be Swerve and Hangman first.
Yeah, I love the angle they have. They're like, they have a real history, so I like it. I like that it can be a long-term story with them, and the double turn is paying off because Hangman has legitimately Hangman to become a star of your own in AEW. So that's also another success story in AEW. But then to become a star that can also put on another star and take them over the top. That I gotta hand it over to Hangman and his story with Swerve. I thought that was a star making angle and him to the next level. So I want to see running back for sure.
Got to.
I would say put them in like a Hell in a Cell type of thing, but they don't got Hell in a Cell. But I don't know what you could do with them. I don't want nobody else in the ring, so I don't want to say blood and guts. But if you can do a blood and guts match without other niggas, then cool. Like I want to see them escalate that rivalry, But figure something out. Maybe a death match. I don't know.
Nigga, why Charlotte just tweet 13? I know this is an AEW show. Why Charlotte just tweet 13 minutes ago the Raw Women's Championship? If that motherfucker come back tonight,
Charlotte always trying to squeeze herself to get some belts, man. Like, come on, chill.
She that hairdresser a baby boy. I'm gonna squeeze my ass in this. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, every time, like chill. Like, let some other woman get some shine, Charlotte. Like, come on. You can't just arrive and take the title. But anyways, it's not about Raw tonight, even though we will talk about Raw tonight after Raw. So check in with me back later on tonight with that. But we're wrapping up with the AEW recap, man. Anything else that you saw tonight that you want to mention? Because it was a phenomenal show to me. And that's the thing that killed me. Like, I love that they exist. I love that this company's getting steam. Whenever I watch their pay-per-views, I'm like, this is why we have AEW. But the time in between, I'm like, and it might be 2 months, it might be 1 month. I'm like, come on, man. Like, this bullshit. Come on. I gotta find what I like in between, and that's what I'm trying to get to. And they can be, and I don't want to put them in a position to be a competitor of WWE, but they can be better than what they are as far as television. And that's what I want to see improve as a company. And that's all. That's why I'm trying to say, like, I'm not trying to be negative with them, but I want to see things improve. I'm not going to grade them on a curve anymore. I just can't.
No, I mean, I hear you and I feel you. Like, you don't. I don't. For me, I don't believe that I'm searching for things now. I do believe that there. So again, if there's 15 things on a joint and I like 6, then there's there's what's my math? 9 things that I don't like, right? And the math is off. I don't want to grade them on that because I'm not gonna like all 15 things, right?
I don't think that they. I have to like everything. I'm just saying that they do a lot of things that don't fucking matter. Like they do a lot of time on things that just don't matter. So that, and they waste time, and they if they try to build an angle in weird ways, and it's like, okay, you guys haven't figured it out yet. But I'm gonna still here. I'm still watching AEW. I'm not trying to knock them. Like it was a good show, man. Like, and I'm gonna watch.
That's why the internet lets you stay.
Okay.
AI lets you stay. You stop glitching and everything like that, and like you said, it was nice. You know what I'm saying?
But AEW they're making strides. So and I think that in a year's time they could be better than where they are now. And I have faith in them. I think they should stop focusing on WWE altogether completely, unless you're trying to work with them, which I think would be great. If you can one day get a Forbidden Door and a WWE wrestler shows up, will be epic for the industry, because then that opens the door for, so much, man. Like,
well, let's just pay respect to the one who created it, Cody.
Who?
And Cody.
Cody Hill. Shout out to Cody. Cody.
You know what I'm saying? Cody, and the first opponent. Or I'm sorry, the first main event for the Defy organization that started. The first match that I saw Swerve was Swerve and Cody.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, like when Cody did the I'm jumping around, situation, I saw him wrestle Swerve and Rey Mysterio and Kurt Angle and all, you know what I'm saying? I think that was Defiant Wrestling at the time, right? So that was the first time, and I didn't know. I didn't connect the dots of Killshot and Swerve, so I didn't know that I had previously seen of him. But I mean, it's Shane, and now I know Shane Strickland now. I'm following Shane Strickland now. Then I see him in MLW, and like I know Shane Strickland and I Montezi, and like it's dope. And again, you said the Forbidden Door. Cody, go to 6 Degrees of Cody. You know what I mean? Shout
that's my dream for AEW is to one day work with WWE as a and just say, hey, can we use your talent that you're not using? Because there's so much talent on the shelf in WWE that they pay them. And they just sitting at home. So imagine, and they just had a whole bunch of releases recently.
Well, I would say this: your dream for AEW was also for Swerve to be champion. Pull the trigger. Don't wait.
Relax. I know that.
I'm not. Why I gotta relax and you uptight?
I'm making a different point. That is true. But
I'm staying on your point when you said I want from a year from now. All I am saying is that I'm with you on what you're saying. As we have what we asked for, all I'm saying is that I want. We have what we asked for. We have Willow as champion. We have Swerve as champion.
And I'm happy about that, which I've said already in the podcast. Both of them, But and when I talk about AEW, I see that they should, do some other things that can make it better. But when it comes to Swerve and Willow particularly, yes, we did ask about that. Even Swerve said on the media scrum that, you got to pull the trigger. And I was like, that's what I was saying a couple of years ago. You're not waiting for time for, we'll give you to another time. We're not hot enough. We'll make a bigger moment. No, now.
And I think that goes back to both of your points of what you're saying is like, wait for Willow or wait for this or pull the trigger. I think AEW is trying to find their groove of what the audience. We aren't the same audience as their other audience. Yeah. So they're trying to find out what's going to keep Chidi, what's going to keep Keeks, right? Keeks does the shit all fucking every week. What's going to keep Keeks? What's going to keep, the people that just joined in that came from the roll-in from TNT? Like, they and I know you're not beating them up. I know you said you're not grading them on curve, but I am saying that that's why I say when you like defend it on my on my practicality side of it, I do see them picking up the crumbs that they dropped previously. It may not be the loaf that they picked up, it may not, but I do see like, oh shit, I dropped the piece right here, and they fixing things with Tony, and they fixing things with Swerve, and I think that is going to allow them to make better stories that you asked for. You know what I'm saying? So, damn, we went long. We went a smooth hour and 20. You know what I mean? So let's go ahead. I hear my niggas crying through the door. You feel me? So let me go and be that right now.
You're doing daddy duty, type shit. But it's my nephew Greg. Say hi. Say hi.
You know what I'm saying?
Say hi.
It's the dad and uncle show.
Uncle, yeah. But yeah, let's go get up out of here, man. All love, everything's wrestling. Great show, AEW. We will see you tonight after Raw. Guys, tune back in with your boys. Well, Chitty Bang will take on the Raw takes after Raw tonight. We'll see y'all later. Peace out.
Peace.